called them up and tried to explain the story to them. They're like, "Oh, that's nice. Is there anything else we can do for you?" And I was just like, "Shit, sponsorship is hard." I'm serious. Like, I had a cell phone save my life, and they didn't give two shits. They're like, "Okay, that's great."
Is it streaming now?
Keep my eyes peeled. I feel like every once in a while there's auditions for like, do you have a real story about how Google Maps altered the course of your existence? Like, I don't. Does somebody?
There's some weird.
I'm like, I could make one. Okay, I love the real story auditions. It's like, if only there was someone who could act like they did.
It's always a paid endorsement. It's the little writing at the bottom. This is the paid actor.
Mm-hmm.
You guys ready?
Let's do it.
Prepare yourself, guys. This is
Prepare yourself. Very weird.
T3MEDIA.
Through the media.
Hello, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Welcome to Talking Through the Medias, your home for entertainment, news, and reviews by fans for fans. Remember to like the video and subscribe if you like what you're seeing. And if you would like to go even further, maybe your New Year's resolution is going to be more charitable. And if you want to do it, you can support us by becoming a member or sponsor us on Patreon for some exclusives. Make sure you share your thoughts, drop those comments. We want to hear them. I'm Amy Newman. I don't have adjectives for everybody, but we got Chris and we got Sean here. Hey guys.
Hey,
How you doing?
it's the return. So that was the big surprise. I promised you guys a surprise. We said that we were gonna like try to have a guest at the end of every month, for the weekly show. So it just turns out Sean was doing nothing. And I said, Sean, get your butt up and get on the damn show before 2020 is out. So he was like, fine. So without further ado, hey, welcome back to the channel, Sean Malloy. What is up, man?
Thank you. Same as everybody else here. I'm just waiting for 2020 to end and for the movies to kind of get back in the normal swing and be able to get back into the theaters. This whole thing is just kind of weird. I'm ready to put 2020 behind it.
Does the place look different? I mean, I moved some stuff around since the last time you were inside.
Chris's background always looks dope. Like it does. That's one thing Chris always has in check. And you can look at mine. It's not like Chris's. No. Even Amy's looks good. Mine is terrible. It's okay. That's why I'm just the guest.
None of us here are just the guests. We're looking at, this is the Trinity. It's like, this is the Superman. That's why I'm wearing this shirt. Superman, Batman, and the Wonder Woman of the, and
I guess I'm Wonder Woman.
Yes, Sean, I'm about to say.
I was just gonna ask.
But how's everybody doing? You guys have a good holiday so far? Everybody's, like Sean said, looking forward to 2021 for this whole thing. You know what? That's one thing right there. 2020 got a bad rap. I mean, the thing was called COVID-19.
2020 was a terrible year.
But think about it like this.
It's not the year.
It is. It's 2019's fault. That's when the damn thing was where it started. It's like 2019. It was like, ha, and then got away with it, and 2020's got set up. that's what I kind of feel.
Yes, because the first 2 months were lovely. I had a great January, February, and
yeah. Actually, she's right. I did have a good January and the beginning of February, like towards the middle, and then all normality just went out the window.
There was a definite fake out.
Yeah. Well, we got Rob Ruth on. Says hello from Ontario, Canada. What's going on, Rod? How you doing?
Woo!
You're back. Man, you get you're the first person to say hello to the originals of the channel. This is Chris, Sean, and Amy. We're talking to the medias. As you guys may or may not know, Sean and I, we started this channel a long time ago. A couple of years ago, we started doing this. And then I was like, you know what? This isn't working out. And Amy came and made it 10 times cool. No,
she made it better. Like, we're going to get some real views now.
It was like, you know what, Sean? I want to talk about entertainment news. I'm tired of talking about the same old fart jokes and stuff, so... I want to talk about fart jokes with other people now. No, but yeah, man. Sean's been working so hard, and it's kind of hard to pin him down. And anytime he gets some free time, we're always on the video game. But this time I was like, no, we got to get you on the channel. Let's try to do this before before the end of the year. So it's the same show, guys. We're going to talk about some main topics from entertainment news from the week. Catch up from what's been going on from the vacation and try to catch up with what you guys been talking about. So, and then after that, we probably might just spill off and talk about some other stuff that's been trending around the internets and just get into those little things. And we'll talk about some other things on not why is that trending on We Got Your Mail, and we'll get caught up on We Got Your Vote as well. So let's hurry up and let's get this whole thing started right now. Amy, you have the topics all set up and queued up, don't you?
I do.
All right,
Thanks for asking. From Variety, Hilaria Baldwin responded to accusations that she's been faking her Spanish accent and cultural roots in an Instagram video on Sunday, stating the following. My family is white. Ethnically, I'm a mix of many, many, many things. Culturally, I grew up with two cultures, so it's really as simple as that. Alec Baldwin took to Twitter in defense of his wife, calling out the person who made the tweet thread, stating that people have to hack their way through the debris and that the platform is a vast orchard of crap. Admitting to having added to the orchard in the past himself on other topics, Hilaria Baldwin confirmed she was in fact born in Boston and raised partially in both Boston and Spain.
Boston.
From the mean streets of Boston.
You know.
I mean, okay, who wants to take this one first? I'm not going to go first.
my favorite thing about this whole story is that Hilaria Baldwin is just the girl who spent like 2 months abroad and will not stop being like, oh, well, that's not how we did things in Barcelona. And you're like, you're not.
Is that how she talks?
Is this story on a huge scale?
Is that how she talks for real, like Barcelona? Like she really throws an extra.
I don't think she does the Barcelonan accent, but I've seen videos of her doing the Spanish accent, and then midway through the sentence, she starts sounding like me.
I mean, okay. What do you think, Sean? I mean, if you've never heard, I mean. Me and you were from Texas, so I have a little opinion about stuff like this. So what are your thoughts on this?
When you hear stuff like this, you just can't help but laugh. It's like, you can't make this crap up. I mean, like when Amy told me that about her, she's faking a Spanish accent. It's like you just kind of like, oh my God.
I mean, but
really?
But is it really faking it? I mean, if that's partially her heritage.
Let me rephrase that. If it goes away and comes back,
then she's Madonna.
That's funny to me. I'm sorry. Like, it's like, I don't know. It's funny. I can't help it. It's funny.
I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt. Look, I think I've watched enough Sesame Street and watched a lot of movies where any hint of an accent that I used to have. When I was a little kid, I remember a teacher said, Chris, you really have a real deep Southern accent. I've been accused of having a Southern accent. I know for a fact whenever I go back to my family from when I was a little kid, from where I grew up, like I just visited. I just saw my grandmother a couple of weeks ago. I had to pick something up from her house, but whenever I get on the phone with her, I can hear it sometimes. The way I used to talk, my old accent from being around my family from back in the day, it gets. I'm from the south side of Houston. It changes. I know I talk differently around family members than I do sometimes when I do my friends, and I don't notice it until I'm with my family. These old draws come out.
I think what's weird about it though, and she has claimed that she's bilingual, and if she's speaking Spanish, that accent comes out. But what's weird to me is it's not like, she's been talking to her family from Spain and she's in an interview and people are going, do you have a little bit of a Spanish accent? She's very clearly curating a Spanish accent, like when she's on TV shows. I will remind me to find the clip at some point. I was looking up clips of this, and at one point she was on a cooking show and did utter the words, how you say cucumber, which is just.
Yeah, right. Come on now.
Yeah. And I don't even, honestly, my thing is like, I didn't know who she was before this, so I don't particularly care.
Right.
I don't really care where we go from here. I just thought it was a funny story.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, you just can't help
Yeah.
not but
No,
laugh.
I'm with you on that.
I'm not gonna. I believe her a little bit. I believe like if she was born and raised in Boston, yeah, okay, you're a girl from Boston. But if you went to visit relatives that live in Spain every now and then, and you wanna embrace that part of your
I forget how
family.
to say cucumber.
Yeah, right. If you want to embrace, I mean,
Yeah.
it's like
How
it's,
you say cucumber.
it's like didn't Madonna go through that same thing? It's like
She did. She
was
started
British,
speaking
yeah.
like a British.
trying to be British now. Like, come on, now
No,
that
like I said, it's all just the girl who spends like 2 months abroad and thinks she's like got this fascinating cultural piece of herself now. It's amazing.
I know
It makes her fancier.
it's yeah, you're right. It's funny, but I guess I mean, look, I will take her at her word on her explanation. She's like, if she was born in Boston, at least she said that. At least she didn't say, I thought, we went on Ancestry.com. I thought I thought I was born in Spain. Or
Instantly, I
something.
started speaking with a
Yeah,
Spanish accent.
exactly. At least she said I was born in Boston, but we went to Spain a lot. Now, if it turns out went to Spain a couple of times, it was really like went to Spain twice when she was 3, then I'll be like, okay, that accent, you need to stop. But if it was like every year and growing up with the
I don't buy it.
I'm about to say Emily's just like no, you got caught.
Stop it.
You got caught. Stop
it.
Somebody who really speaks Spanish was like, wait a minute, hold on. Say cucumber again. Say adios one more time. No. That's not authentic. And they go, yeah, well, who knows? I don't know. If you guys know any more about it, you guys are already talking about it on the live chat. Rod says, yeah, Madonna was even talking with a British accent for a while. But, I mean, she's embracing her heritage. I mean, who's to argue with that? I mean, Madonna's white and British. I mean, it's not like you can argue that that's where her heritage probably came from.
You're a grown-ass adult.
Well, the thing is when you and I remember when this happened, is when you watch interviews with her, and in the same year or the same month, you watch another interview and the accent is gone. It's like, what? Why?
Then all of a sudden she's the material girl again. But when she's at home, she's all like, "Oh, is Posh and her and Beckham, are they coming over? Oh, cheers!" And she's like, and then her friend that she grew up with were like, "Bitch, please, come on,
No, motherfucker."
like whatever. You the same girl that was dating Dennis Rodman, but let us know what you guys think about all that
She
stuff.
made him weird. But anyway.
You the one that turned out Dennis Rodman. Oh man, but I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about it. Do you give what's her name, Hillary? Do you give her a? I like when Alec Baldwin was getting roasted. I forgot the comedian's name. She was fumbling over his wife's name. What is your wife's name again? Hilaria. Yeah, it's ridiculous, and then something like that. But let me know what you guys think about it. Do you buy it? Do you not buy it? Do you not care? Is it just like, okay, whatever it is, what it is? Does she get a pass because she went to Spain once when she was 8, or not?
That's gonna get walked back to like, I've had paella before,
yeah.
So I've never been.
It's a Spanish dish. I love it. It's great. Yeah. Only thing I know about paella is from an episode of Seinfeld. I don't think I've ever had it before.
We're not doing a segment on paella, so
sorry. If that's the litmus test. If she can cook a paella, then
she can have the accent.
She can have the accent. All right. Let me end this before it gets weird. Before I start making other references and make you guys uncomfortable. All right, guys. We'll talk about this. Maybe we'll talk about it on We Got Your Mail, or maybe we'll never talk about it ever again.
Maybe we'll all adopt an accent. And for this next segment, let's all pick an accent we always
Talking through the accents.
Yeah, there you go. All right. Let's save us from this one. What's the next topic?
During the Christmas holiday weekend, the two main films on everyone's radar were Pixar and Disney's Soul and Warner Brothers' Wonder Woman 1984. Many people, before seeing either, were extremely excited to see the Amazon princess Gal Gadot, directed by Patty Jenkins. But as mixed reviews came out, the attention started to shift back towards Disney Plus, since most of the reviews for its latest release were more positive. Rotten Tomatoes currently has Wonder Woman 84 at 62% critic positive rating, while Soul is certified fresh, baby, 95%.
Well,
I would stand by those ratings, having watched both.
Sean, you haven't seen either of these films yet, have you?
No, what I will say though is that I was seriously considering upgrading and paying for an HBO Max subscription just to see Wonder Woman. And I'm sure, well, I know, but that's what I was gonna say. I've heard from several people the same thing, that that it was completely not worth it. And I didn't make that decision. So it was like, I kind of dodged a bullet and I'm like, I'll catch it later. But I think there's going to be a lot of people that were either really irritated or were on the fence about making the decision. Is it worth signing up for an entire subscription for this one movie? And I think HBO did get a lot of subscriptions out of this. So, and if you guys have read, like, the entire Warner Brothers catalog is going up for this. So I don't think I'll watch. I'm not going to subscribe to HBO Max for this movie. I've heard nothing but really bad things about it.
Oh, you should subscribe to HBO Max because of all the other great things.
Movies coming.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. What about you, Amy?
No, truly, I mean, don't, because I feel like one of my biggest thoughts after watching that movie was just like, man, I'm glad we at least didn't, like, you know, I wish I would go see it in a theater just to get to be in a theater again. But, you know, also kind of glad this wasn't one of those, you know, tickets and popcorn and it ended up being like a $50 or $60 night out, because it was not great. I
gotta do I guess this could be the official, unofficial review of it. I mean, we can have a little discussion about it. Look, I went to the theater and saw Wonder Woman 84. I was begging Joy. I want to support this movie. I want to get out into the theater again. I feel like it's going to be something that's going to be meant to see on the big screen. And the whole time we were sitting there, like, as it just kept progressing, when it got to that second act and the third, we usually will talk to each other, and when we're enjoying a movie, we'll at least acknowledge that we felt like just statues, just stuck in chairs. I felt like we were being held hostage watching this movie, and it felt
like the movie was stretching to make a 2 hour and 25-minute runtime.
It had no business being as long as it
like,
was.
Why wouldn't you just cut this down to like an hour 50? And it wouldn't have been good, but at least it wouldn't have felt quite so like bloated.
Let me ask you guys a question. And this is just based on what I saw in the preview. Did the CGI on Cheetah look as bad as it did in the trailers?
I mentioned that on this channel, and I got shish kebabbed from people saying it's not gonna look like that in the end. I was horrible. I was worried. I felt like that was a sign that I felt like that was a sign of what was to come, because you were showing us this scene and it was so dark, and I was like, yeah, you can change it before the movie comes out, but what if they don't? What if this feels like a scene that they're not gonna adjust or tweak? And if that happens, that's gonna tell me a lot when I see this movie. And it turned out my fear was right. But I'm sorry, what were you gonna say, Amy?
Oh, I was hoping, since last year the Cats movie seemed to have caused all this, I'd like to think that maybe that bad cat CGI is like the hard reset we needed somehow. Because it was Cats level, like, what am I looking at? It was rough.
It looked very cheap compared to what I know they spent on that. But I think it was probably $150-200 million they spent on that movie. And I didn't see the movie, but for the little tidbits on the trailer, it did not look like a $200 million.
It didn't. A lot of the, even like the lasso looked kind of weird and cheap to me. Like, none of the CGI really impressed me. Like, it felt a little dated, which is weird considering.
Because the first one, the effects were great in the first one.
They lost like all the spark of the first one, and it was bizarre to see someone get a movie so right, as Patty Jenkins did with the first one, and then just like lose everything. It's like, did you just forget what movie you made? Because honestly, even just a little bit of a rehash and hitting some of those same beats, like it would have worked.
Why do you think that they greenlit part 3? Because everybody's talking about how fast.
Well, one of the theories is that they greenlit part 3 so fast was because they for that compensation of having to go to HBO Max instead of going to the theaters was hey, if you know you take this extra bonus, you know you're probably going to take a pay cut from what this movie might have made, but to compensate for that, we'll give you this amount of money and we'll greenlight part 3.
I think you're right. I think that a lot of those actors were getting percentages of the box office.
Oh yeah,
kind of went away.
Yeah, Gal Gadot and Patty Jenkins were getting a percentage out of it. So they gave them the equivalent of what the movie would have made if it made $1 billion in the box office. Which now I'm thinking Warner Brothers is like, damn it, there's no way in the world I think this movie would have made $1 billion in the box. Because the first one, it might have that first weekend maybe, but with all those reviews that were coming out, I don't know. I
wouldn't have gone to see it.
I think
I wouldn't have paid to see it.
I think it might have made just as much, if not maybe a tad bit more than what it made the first time. A little bit over, maybe somewhere between 7 to 9. I doubt if it would have ever crossed the billion mark, but I think that's what. Look, one of the things I liked about the movie was Cheetah, not the full cat version of it, but Kristen Wiig. She was one of the things I loved about the movie, but everything else, it was. I mean,
there were so many moments in it. I was just going, why is this happening? What's going on? This doesn't. It's not a complete mess, but it just never quite made sense to me, and it definitely never felt like an actual cohesive. Like to be sitting to give up 2.5 hours for a movie and leave kind of feeling like I don't feel like I saw a movie. Like it just stuff happened, but it never quite gelled. But
here's some spoilers. So sorry, Sean, put some earmuffs on. Here's the thing. At least in the first movie, you know, you got a little bit of a mystery of what's going on behind the scenes, who's pulling these strings, and then there was a big reveal of like one of the gods that was, you know, that was pulling the strings. And you never got that moment in this one. It made it seem like, okay, Cheetah's your main bad guy. Pascal is the other bad guy. But was he really? And then if there was supposed to be this god or evil god entity that was pulling the strings behind the scenes, the whole time I'm watching the movie, I'm like, okay, at least I feel like at the very end of this movie, that big old monster is about to burst out and go, ha, you know, you can't take your damn wishes back. I'll kick your ass first. You know, You got to fight me. And that never happened. It's like
everything felt kind of small for what a big movie it was.
The villain was just, just a wish, and the hero of against those wishes were just a speech.
Yeah, and it was all pretty small and boring.
That was pretty much it.
And I know we're probably running out of time for this segment, but real quick caveat: if you are going to put time into one of these movies, I thought Soul was fantastic, lived up to the hype. Super impressed.
It's Victor Bradshaw was like, is the Superman shirt the Wonder Woman joke? Because there is a part that I think Sean would. I would like to get his opinion on it when if he does see it. There is a moment in the movie where I thought this could be a good Superman moment, and I felt like they botched it. And I was seeing the reviews of it, hearing the reviews about it, I thought that I heard a theory that if they do a third one, that maybe they'll try to take a cue from Thor, like make the third one a buddy cop kind of thing, like how it was Thor and Hulk. Maybe they'll make the third one about Wonder Woman, and maybe Superman will be there. And I remember thinking to myself, that's a perfect opportunity to finally bring Wonder Woman from, you know, these past stories and bring her to the events for after Justice League. And if it's a story between her and Superman, I was like, oh wow, well maybe we'll finally get a full, you know, powered Wonder Woman where, you know, she actually can do everything that she can do in the comic book. And then there's a scene that just kind of just threw that theory out the window, and then they did it in a very poor way. I don't know if I'm being vague for no reason, Sean. If you don't mind, if I don't know if I should even tell you. But
go for it, man.
this attempt of like, I don't know. All right, okay. You remember part 1 where she kind of flew a little bit? You remember that? And they kind of come back to that a little bit again. And the way they did it, and I was like, did you need to drag it out? You dragged it out for 10 minutes, and the question is still there. Can she fly?
Yeah, it didn't totally. Again, another one of those, like, why is this happening?
It looked like she was lassoing lightning in the trailer.
Yeah, which was awesome. But at least in the first movie, she did it like briefly, and it was like explained, or like she was super powered up and she flew a little bit, and I was like, okay, that was. And then she kind of does it again, but the flying lasts for like 10 minutes, and you're still left with the question. But can she fly? I think that was bad.
Yeah, it was a definite like C- for sure. Did you get a chance to see Soul, Chris?
I saw Soul first. I was trying to see Wonder Woman first. I wound up seeing Soul first because the kids wanted to see it. I had a blast, and I just realized we went on a whole Wonder Woman rant. I forgot this was supposed to be about Wonder Woman and Soul.
I literally tried to do that earlier.
I felt you trying to pull us back into the real conversation, and I'm with everyone else. I was more excited to see Wonder Woman, but it turned out that I was happier that I saw Soul, and I was happy that I saw Soul first.
Soul was genuinely just like a lovely movie.
You said you saw Soul first?
Like, what?
You saw Soul first or second?
I did, yeah.
Okay.
I watched them both at home. I gotta say, Soul I thought was fantastic. I think kids will like it fine, but there was a definite like, who is this for? Like, it was so heavy. It felt like a movie for adults that kids can handle, you know? Like, a lot of the messaging and a lot of the concepts it started delving into is like, this is heavy and I'm a grown adult. Like,
yeah, they really went beyond the whole up thing. Like, you know, when you they went past the second that they're
had
like,
we'll kill everybody you love. I don't care.
The second that they had the little children like soul characters, you know, saying hell or like a joke.
I laugh every time I think about it.
I was like, oh, we're going there. This is going to be one of those Pixar movies. Yeah. Then you have but the thing you have to think of like, okay, they're innocents, but they're not really children because they hadn't gone to Earth yet. But still, technically, it was like, no, you got a bunch of little kids to go hell. It was funny.
We did ask on the community. We posted a poll just asking what people watched, what they watched first between Soul and Wonder Woman 1984. It looks like 1% at the time of this taping, 1% watched Wonder Woman 84 in theaters, 6% watched Soul on Disney Plus first, 17% watched Wonder Woman on HBO Max, and a whopping 76% have not seen either. So now you don't need to. That's talking through everything. Bada boom.
Oh yeah, Sean, you haven't been here to notice in a while. The community is voting a lot on stuff. So yeah, we're like you're gonna have to give us some questions to ask the community every now and then. Get some polling questions. I've got some surprises coming up for you, Sean. So trust me, you're gonna enjoy what's coming. I got a little surprise coming your way regarding the poll. But I'm not surprised that the community hasn't seen it, but well, I'm a little surprised it's that one-sided. You guys, I mean, yeah. Do I regret? I probably will watch Wonder Woman again.
I would have watched it if it was on Netflix or Amazon Prime, like Borat 2 did, or some of the other. I definitely would have watched it.
Yeah, I don't regret having watched it once for free. I won't watch it again.
I will watch it again. I don't regret watching it in the theaters because I rolled the dice. It was more likely based on the first movie that
you see it.
So, you know? But yeah, but I did regret watching it in the theaters after I was done. But but I was so excited and I wanted it to. It did not feel like the same universe. This movie did not feel like like 15 years later or 20 years later that, you know, Kal-El will become the Man of Steel, you know, in the same universe. And in Batman versus Superman,
I really don't believe that the DCU has just got that magic that the Marvel has.
Oh, don't start that fight. No.
No, I'm just saying overall, like, it just seems like, and I like the characters better from DC than I do Marvel, but like the best, let me ask you, without giving any hints, what do you think is the best DC movie they ever made?
You mean in the DCEU or DC?
Period. The DC character movie ever made.
The Dark Knight.
There you go. That's what 90% of the people are going to say.
Yeah, but then the new Batman movies might come out and might blow them all out the water.
I hope so. I do. I hope so. I don't know how much hope I have in RPATs. We'll see.
All right. Okay. So we got one more topic. It's not one of our typical topics that we normally do. We usually talk about entertainment news, but since this is the end of the 2020, I decided let's kind of recap, to do a rundown. We haven't done a rundown in a while, so I wanted to do a quick rundown of of what's been going on for this channel for the last 365 days. So, and what did I write? I forgot what I wrote. I don't have it queued up, so if you can help me.
2020, basically 2020 has been a really rough year, but it is a year that Talking Through the Medias, and apparently we do know there's supposed to be an S at the end. You did clarify, or there isn't supposed to be an
guys, it's Talking Through the Medias as it's a joke, yeah. Such a, it was a episode of Kids in the Hall where one of the characters was like, "You guys making such a fuss over a few extra S's." Like it was a joke. It's like the word internets. I know it's not really medias. It's a joke.
But we digress. It has been a good year for the channel, and we are very grateful. We've more than doubled the size of this community. I've joined the team. We've had additions to the team, a return to a live weekly show, and making sure that you, the community, has been at the center of all of it, making things like We Got Your Mail and We Got Your Vote fun and just a great joy for us to get to do every week. So now let's take a look back at the next 360, the last three. I can talk. We're going to take a look back at the last 365 days and put a spotlight on the topics, reviews, and reactions that got the most attention. I feel like we should cut to something there, but we don't have
I wanted to. I just did not have the time to put the graphics together.
I was like, all right.
You were about
like
to
in memoriam video. Yeah. So some of our top 2020 videos include June 24th of this year, episode 136. Michael Keaton, Batman again. Mia Khalifa regrets adult films, and Jennifer's Body were the topics. Good times.
That was this year's number one. What was that? Full episode of Talking Through the Talking Through the Medias. Yeah. What was the next one on the list? I should have pulled the list up.
The top viewed binge of this year was is it Marcella? Marcella season 3 recap and ending explained. That was you, Chris.
Yeah, I did. Okay, so yeah, the number one. So the most viewed binge review of a TV series was the third season of Marcella. That video blew up because Netflix dropped the ball. They failed to do a recap of season 2. If you were a fan of Marcella and you went to go watch season 3 of Marcella, you were like you're used to starting off a season with a recap of the previous season, but they had none. And because of that, people, I guess they stopped the stream. They went on YouTube and they found my recap of season 2, and that video came from like maybe 1,000 views to like, I don't know, 15,000 views, all because Netflix.
Feel free to just hire us.
Yeah, exactly. You don't need the recap.
Okay, so.
You don't need a recap. You just need this channel. Our
most voted on poll of 2020 was which actor, no matter the role, seems to just play themselves between Will Ferrell, Dwayne Johnson, Kevin Hart, and Samuel L. Jackson.
Will Ferrell.
Did The Rock win that? Am I making that up?
I think Will Ferrell won, didn't he?
I think Will Ferrell won that one.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't put the results on it like I should have. Maybe I should have, but But yeah, that was the most voted on. We Got Your Vote. It was one of the first ones I did too. That's probably the reason why. But yeah, that one got the most votes out of anything that we've ever polled.
What about the watch through for Raiders of the Lost Ark? You got a lot of views in there.
No, well, I don't think that was a We Got Your Vote thing. I'm just going down a list of like the most viewed things that's been on this channel. But
our most viewed movie review of this year for some reason was my review of 365 DNI or 365 Days on Netflix, which was
she hates talking about that movie. Thank you, and I'm glad you guys made that the most watched review of this year because it still makes Amy uncomfortable to even. Sean, have you seen that movie 365 DNI?
It's like, is it Polish? I can't remember now. It's like
Polish porn.
You Polish 50 Shades of Grey.
That made Sean
Shades of Poland. Yeah.
Look, did you see Sean's eyebrows when I said Polish porn? He was like, oh? Go on.
He like kidnaps a lady. It's very uncomfortable.
Come on, let's just get a quick recap. What's the movie about again?
He kidnaps a lady and gives her 365 days to fall in love with him, I think. And then there's a lot of BDSM stuff.
You will love me at the end of this year, I promise.
Pretty much. It was just like a sexy perfume ad the entire time, but also deeply upsetting.
I mean, what difference is that than like something like that, anything that Disney ever made where a girl is literally sleeping and defenseless and some dude just goes, I'm just going to go kiss her. You know, I mean.
Yeah, you're right, Chris. It's the exact same. And the number one reaction from 2020 was July 30th. We dropped Bill Burr, No Reason to Hit a Woman.
The number one
video.
Not only is that the number one video of 2020, it's the number one video of the channel.
Thanks, Burr. Thanks for letting us ride your coattails all the way to the middle.
Yeah. So yeah, that's I did want to have like a little graphic of everything that we were going to talk about. I just didn't have time to put it out.
But it's 2020, so it didn't go right.
Yeah, exactly. So maybe in 2021, maybe a graphic will come up. I'll put it together when when we segmentize this whole thing. Guys, you guys have been the reason why this channel has been so successful and growing. You guys that have been contributing to our We Got Your Vote, We Got Your Mail. You send these crazy comments, these fun things to talk about, like just like what you guys are doing, whether it's live or just on the comment section. As Sean like I said, Sean, as one of the originators of the channel, the segment is still partially yours. Your phrase to whenever instead of put a comment below, what do you say?
Oh God! Keep watching the movies.
Not the catchphrase.
I don't even remember.
You don't remember what you used to say? How you used to tell people to put a comment below?
Nope.
Put it in the box.
Put it in the. Oh my God. That's still
the thing to say. I always tell people put it in the box. That's a Sean line. He doesn't remember.
Incidentally, was also my favorite line from 365 DNI.
Oh no. Which box are we referencing?
Yeah, see? Ha cha 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 cha. But you guys are the reasons why this was such a fun year. This year blew up. So
such a fun year.
Yeah,
thank you for giving us something to do while we hung on to our sanity by a goddamn thread.
Yeah.
Hey, this year was good for your channel, guys. I mean, it really.
No one had anything better to do. Thanks for watching us.
It was great. We have fun. So yeah. So I guess next week it'll be a whole new year. We'll have a whole fresh set of topics to talk about. We're gonna go on and keep the party going. We'll live stream the. Sean, you said you guys are okay to keep it going. We'll do a shooting star stream. What is it called? Shooting star stream of the We Got Your Vote, We Got Your Mail stuff, and we'll just power through and just keep it going. Some guys are still watching. Who is this? Joe's still there. Victor's still here. So as long as you guys want to watch us record this stuff, we're gonna keep powering through. But that's the show, guys. I appreciate you guys for watching this latest episode of Talking Through the Medias. Like I said, if you guys still want to stick around, we're gonna keep it going. I'm just gonna end it here because this is a 30-minute little segment, so we're just gonna compartmentalize it.
It used to go to like 2 hours.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I've been very firm with Chris.
Yeah,
Real
that
quick.
is,
No,
Amy
but
looked-
it was never like an intentional
Amy
thing.
looked me in
We
the
looked
eye.
at it and we're like,
she,
oh my God.
Sean, Amy looked me in the windows of my soul and said, "Happen, not gonna." All right, this is a tight 30 minutes. That's it. That's all. But no, that's the show, guys. Look, guys, stick around. We're gonna keep it going for we got your vote. That's it's the end of the show. That's Amy Newman. That's Sean. That's Amy right there. There's Sean Malloy. Catch us online. You can catch Sean here on the channel. Amy, where can they find you online when you're not on the channel?
I am on Instagram at amy.n.newman and on Twitter at amy_n_Newman. And I guess I'll do a little personal plug. An original web series I co-created and wrote and am in called Your Biggest Fan is on my YouTube channel. You search Your Biggest Fan. It's on all my social media. So if you like rom-com-y stuff, check that out.
And for Sean,
Thanks for letting me give my little plug.
There you go. And for Sean, you can catch us on
You can catch
Xbox
me on Live.
Xbox Live. With that's Bioforge and Random Specific. So you can catch us playing PUBG or Call of Duty, and we're gonna be doing that right after we finish the show right here. All right, so let's that's the show. That's this part of the show. Let's move on to the next segment for We Got Your Mail. All right. What is the first question up for We Got Your Mail?
William Weber, in response to your first time watching Goonies, said, "So this is what Thanos was doing in 1985."
Oh yeah, old Brolin.
That's that. Yeah, dude.
He looked kind of mature for his age. He's always just kind of,
He looked 30 years old in that movie.
I love that scene where he's riding the little pink bicycle after they tied him up to the chair.
I got so much grief for that being my first time ever watching Goonies, man. I had fun.
That's
watching
right. You hadn't.
I also saw Goonies for the first time this year at the drive-in.
Oh
so.
no.
Yeah. So Sean's gonna be mad at us. But yeah, that was it. That
Amy, if you don't, I know this is not normal. What year were you born?
1992. So.
Okay. Well, she gets passed then.
Thank you.
But Chris does not. Well, I'm going to say he doesn't get a pass, but I love him and he knows it.
Why?
I did pause briefly because side tangent real fast. This was such a nothing of a year that I'm like, I'm not hitting an old age yet, but maybe it's the time.
But
lying about my age.
One cannot hold you responsible for not seeing a movie, even if it's a classic, if it came out years before you were even born.
Oh no, I'm just saying I briefly considered being like 95 because I'm thinking about just like pushing my age back at my next birthday because who's gonna notice? This year was so
Let me see your ID, Amy.
Right.
Everybody gets a do-over. Amy still hasn't seen The Matrix, so you know.
Oh, you haven't?
No, I haven't.
Oh.
But I was like a little young, and my parents didn't want me.
Yeah, you would have only been like 7.
There's so many movies that I'm trying to get Amy to do a first time watching thing. She's like, no, I'm not gonna do it. I'm like, damn it, Amy.
That is not what I'm saying. That's never been what I said.
Did you ever watch Speed?
No.
Okay.
Jeez, guys, come on the live chat. Amy, please watch The Matrix for the first time.
I'm fine with
I would
doing
say-
it. I just want to be clear that I was like a 6-year-old girl.
No, I would say watch the first 2 Matrix movies at least. Part 3 is kind of garbage, but the first 2 were pretty good. And the first one was really so different than anything that was out at the time, though.
Oh, and we missed something on for We Got Your Vote, but I'll bring it up.
I thought we'd do it on.
Well, let's do it. Yeah, let's do it.
I got to ask you a question, Amy.
Yeah.
Have you seen Terminator 2?
No.
Have you seen RoboCop?
Now you know why Sean hasn't been on the channel. Now you know why Sean hasn't been on the channel in a while. See, because he'll just waterboard you with well, what about? All right, what's the next mail that we
I feel
got?
so attacked right now. Joe Hell 67 in response to Tom Cruise's what do you even call it? Bit of a rant, bit of a freak out on the set regarding COVID safety.
That was deserved.
What's the deal? Cruise is right. There are millions of dollars on the line if someone gets sick on the set. Everybody is under stress, and sometimes you have to make things clear. I agree. Yeah, I think we were both very pro Cruise in that specific scenario.
Yeah.
So correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but I believe that he's actually producing this movie.
Oh yeah, he's been a producer for.
He's kind of responsible for the jobs of probably, rough estimate, 200 to 500 people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when one of and this movie I think got shut down twice.
Exactly.
Now time around.
Now I believe you're just
like,
a spokesperson for Tom Cruise, and you're just trying to...
Okay, look, politics aside, all this bullshit, excuse the language, if you were the boss and your company had been stopped producing whatever it produces 2 times, and you have a budget of $500 million on the line and the jobs of 500 people, you're not just going to be like, hey, guys, it would really be nice if, you stop doing this. You're going to go out there and be like a general screaming at people. What is it going to take for you to understand how serious it is? So regardless of who said this, I don't care if it's Tom, I don't care if it's whoever, I agree with it. That was totally called for. And matter of fact, he could have gone more extreme with it, and I still would have said that was totally called for, because he's trying to save all your jobs.
Yeah.
It's like, so.
It was.
No, and at the end of the day, it's like if someone wasn't, and I think I said when we talked about it on the show, it's like if someone, wasn't following safety protocol on a stunt or something, they deserve to be fired immediately. Like, it's just safety.
The lives are at risk. It's the same. That's a good analogy, because lives are at risk. It's the same thing as a stunt. Yeah.
Yeah, guys. Yeah, I felt like what was it? It was, I don't know if it was on YouTube or if it was on Twitter or something like that. It was, somebody said that they thought that the whole thing was a setup. It was a stunt. But I was like, no.
He was pissed.
It was. I think it was on this channel. Like I think on that spotlight that we did on that segment when we segmentized that whole story. Somebody wrote in the comment and was like, "You guys are such idiots that now you could tell that was a setup. That he's an actor, that he was acting the whole time." Like, no. He that was not Tom Cruise, the actor. That was Tom Cruise, like you said, the producer, pissed off that investors are calling him on the phone. Are you gonna have to shut down again after like you said 2 times? We're talking about millions of dollars on the line. That are just gone because of 1 or 2 or 3 guys that just feels like screwing around and costing everything. No, you're gonna get they are lucky that the only thing that they got was yelled at. They didn't get I mean, I think you said you would have fired them on the spot, right?
I would.
Well, I would have. I mean, if there are certainly similar things that like I said, if you weren't following protocol on a stunt, I don't know exactly what the nature of. I think they were just like not in the distance they were supposed to be, but especially if it was a repeated offense and they weren't taking it seriously.
Tom was just having a case.
You don't get to work there. You follow the rules and you go. There's a million people who want your job. Tom
got a text from Katie Holmes he didn't like. God damn it! And just took it out on the nearest key grip. That's probably exactly what happened. But
he probably did fire somebody. But this was probably a lot of stuff probably happened off camera. But this was probably them. He probably got the entire crew on in one area and said, "I'm going to just lay the law down," and somebody recorded it.
Yeah, I'm only going to say this shit once, kind of a situation. Yeah. And but I mean, I think even in his rant, he was like, this is not the first time.
That's why I said I'm sorry, but I'm beyond apologizing.
Yeah.
That's just all there is to it.
I'll hear your logic, and if I don't like it,
you're effing gone.
Fucking out of here, man. He fixes here. That's no, that's a Mike Epps joke. Never mind. I think Amy got it, but no. All right, what's the next one?
Angelina, in response to George Carlin reaction, said the interesting thing is that science is discovering that there may not be any such thing as free will. They've done studies where they watched the reactions in people's brains paired with active participation by the subjects and found that the idea or urge to do something kicks off in your mind before you're consciously aware of it. What's being contemplated in these studies, among other things, is could we have done anything different, or if we could replay our lives, would we do the same things again? Angelina, we're a media show. This is heavy.
That's deep.
Oh, sorry. Hold on. I was typing out.
Yeah, let me read this.
Hold on 1 second.
I feel like it's just I feel like it's that movie Brave. Just if you had the chance to change your fate, would you?
I was
Are we all just quietly processing?
I'm
just like, yeah.
I'm trying to understand.
who wants to talk first, guys?
Is this a statement or a question?
Of wait, read which part of it again?
Yeah.
I was doing something else. I'm not even gonna lie.
I'm a little slow on the uptake in this. I'm not sure if this is a question or a statement.
Is that if we could
basically explaining that there are studies debating whether or not free will exists and how like the idea to do something is created in your mind and whether that's
I think that would
conscious or
that would turn into
was
like
this on
like it's everything's pre-programmed in your brain anyway for millions of years of experience. So
was that on the George Carlin reaction?
Yeah.
Somebody, Angelina just went off on the whole issue of free will. It was just so psychedelic. I'm like, maybe Amy will be able to figure out what she's talking about.
Oh, I'm a dum-dum, Chris. You know that.
But it just threw me for a loop. You just saw how we all were just like, and that's Angelina. And,
I am not high enough to start trying to have that conversation.
Yeah, so, I didn't. Yeah, it's just Monster in this time. I couldn't smoke enough to tell you exactly. Look, I don't know. I don't know, Ralph. I don't know. You want
to talk about Tom Cruise some more? We have another Tom Cruise comment.
Go for it.
Joe Ryan says Tom's mask is pretty cool. I want one. I wonder if he was wearing it while he was yelling.
Joe Ryan, you mean that guy that's in the chat, the live chat right now? That Joe Ryan. Joe Ryan, what's up, Joe? He's in the live chat right now. He's like being featured all over the place. That mask, I think we mentioned that. I want that mask. He looked like Bane.
He did. No, he really did. He's dope. I assume he was. I hope he was wearing the mask while he was yelling. That would be a real hypocrite move.
Put your mask on, Tom.
Yeah.
Who said that?
It's like, you know what, Tom? For one, you're not wearing your mask. 2, you need to go gargle. And 3, I'm going to talk to my agent about this. I feel threatened.
Like 3, I'm gonna walk myself off this set.
Yeah, I think he was probably wearing this mask. The person that recorded it was definitely trying to be sneaky about it. I'm sure if Tom wasn't wearing his mask, I would have had the phone all in his face, like, keep talking. Yeah. No, he probably had his mask on. But that was a cool ass mask. I wonder where he got it from. Probably had it specially made in church Scientology. And he comes on stage, sounds like Darth Vader, like, oh shit, it's Tom. Watch it. With the low budget. No, but I just feel like Tom just comes out there, all 5'3" of them. It just comes out all of it. And look, and another thing. He's just yelling at guys that are like 6'8". He's got everybody all shook. But who knows?
We have another comment. I don't even know what this is. Mike Media Inc. says, at T3MEDIAS, I've done a lot of content with him. DM me on Instagram at Mike Media Inc. and I'll link you. Did we DM him?
Who said this?
I don't know. Chris, you sent me this.
Did you DM somebody, Chris?
I have no idea what we're talking about here. There's no
moving right along. I'm
No, I know. There's okay, so there's a We Got Your Mail that we did, and one of the questions was regarding another YouTuber, Jacob. I don't know how to say his last name. He's a funny dude. Was it Jacob? I don't know how to Buchanan. I forgot how to say his last name, but it's a person that I've reached out to once before, and I asked if he wanted to cameo on the guest on the show, and he's never reached back out. And the guy's like, "Wow, we're friends. I'll ask him for you." And I told him, I say that's not necessary. I mean, if he wants to be on the show, he'll say something. If he doesn't, maybe he doesn't want to be on the show. But this person says that he can make that collab happen. So that's, what was the name again? I was trying to find his Media
Inc. We don't need to
display it. Okay. I must have not made a thing on it. All right. What's the next one? My bad. I forgot to put the graphic up.
I'm Trom Player says, and I'm assuming this is a reaction Eric and I did together.
Mm-hmm.
Said, The way that dude is looking at you when you talk says to me that one of two things is going on. Either you love him or he is in the friend zone. And someone that's still watching Game of Thrones, I'd say keep your eyes open. Love the reaction, by the way. The safe word is flugelhorn. What's going on there?
Yeah, that was about you and Eric.
Okay.
So you want to explain
You're
who?
Totally friend zoned.
Yeah.
This is so uncomfortable.
Do go on.
No, he's my boyfriend.
Yeah, Eric and Amy.
Give me a frame of reference because I have no idea what are you guys talking about?
Is Eric in
my boyfriend and I did some reaction videos together.
Okay.
And I guess this person is commenting that the way Eric, my boyfriend, was looking at me, either
lovingly or like just like in like
yeah,
in total awe of Amy.
So are they claiming it looks like you put him in the friend zone?
Yeah.
I guess so. Which is
yeah, his comment was like either this is her boyfriend.
Thing to do to my own boyfriend.
Right. Yeah. The comment was either this is your boyfriend or he's the guy that's definitely in the friend zone.
I'm gonna get up at our wedding and be like, I just love you like a brother.
Yeah. That's messed up. All right. What's next?
Joe Ryan again. Hey, Joe. In response to The Mandalorian, said, hey, Chris, I watched the finale with a bunch of diehard Star Wars fans, and they pretty much felt the same as you. A little disappointed, but overall happy with it. Happy with Jon Favreau. I've not watched any of the animated movies and series, Clone Wars and Rebels, so my friends don't care what I have to say. But from my perspective, learning everything now from the series, I was on the edge of my seat.
None of you guys saw that, have you?
No,
I know
who Jon Favreau is.
Am I the only Mandalorian fan here?
You're the only Fandalorian.
I think, yeah.
Look, me and Joe Ryan, we know what a good show is. That look, I was on the edge of my seat. I also heard that the Star Wars Theory guy was made fun of on YouTube by one of George Lucas's one of those executives up there. I forgot, Pablo Hidalgo or something like that. I don't know, but that's a story for another day. But man, that whole episode of Mandalorian was awesome. You guys need to catch up. There's a whole bunch of shows that I've been trying to get Sean to catch up with. He still hasn't seen the Daredevil, Punisher, none of this stuff. So now you know why Sean hasn't been here.
Fair enough. We got Frederick Little asking me, I'm assuming, any relation to Paul Newman. Just found your channel. Keep up the good work. I'm related to a Paul Newman, but not the Paul Newman.
That's why I picked this question. I thought about. I said, watch. There is a Paul Newman in her family.
The spelling is different. The spelling is different.
No, it's not.
It's the same? Paul Newman?
Yeah.
Pawl?
Yeah.
What do you think it was, Sean? Pall?
Yeah. I guess I was wrong. I thought it was NEU.
Wrong again, Sean. Anyway, what's the next question?
And Katie Bell, and I'm pretty sure that's a Harry Potter character, says, "Oh, Chris, you are funny."
You know what, Katie?
You're just making up people, Chris.
Look, Katie's good. Katie's good people. She knows talent when I pay her to comment about it. I forgot what video that was even on. It was just like,
I can't be bothered to remember.
It's just like I tell my fiance, it doesn't, you know, I don't care if you fake it. It doesn't. I just appreciate the compliment. So, Sean, what you looking at me like that for?
No, it reminded me when you got a shout out. When we got a shout out on another channel, and I forget what it was, but it was Chris was really clever with it. You know, they were reading like a questions, and it just basically was a shout out, like said, "Here's a question from Chris at T3MEDIAS," and like literally that was the entire question. Like he just wanted to get like a little.
Oh yeah, I made John. It was John Campia. I was on the John Campia show.
They basically got a plug on there. And
like,
there was no question.
It's just like here on this channel when we're live. If you send in a super chat or a tip, you get your question gets read live. And I sent in a super chat to John Campia, and I made him say, I made his co-chair.
The lady.
I made her say this channel's my opener for a TV.
This is Chris from T3MEDIAS.
Yeah, that's
she just kind of like she said. This is Chris from T3MEDIAS.
Yeah, and
then she
Sean.
And that was the entire thing.
John Campy was like, okay, and don't move it. That, and if you know, that's still on this channel. That's this opener. I don't know if I can play it real quick. This right here.
Guys, this is
If you listen closely, you can hear her
T3
It's
Media.
still there. And that's Sean's voice going at the end. T3 Media talking through the media. So that was it. Yeah, I sent in a super chat and I got John Campia to give a plug to this channel. I do that sometimes. I'm gonna probably do it again next week. It says, I'm just looking at the. Was that the last? Was that the last one? All right, guys.
I feel like you're waiting for me to read more things.
Sorry about that. That was okay. So that was the last question. I appreciate you guys. Remember, if you want to send us something for us to talk about on We Got Your Mail, just send it into the comment sections on any of the videos, whether it's one of the episodes or a review or anything. If you have, especially if it's a question, you send in a super chat or a tip, and the tip link. We'll definitely put your question out here on We Got Your Mail, and we'll talk about it right here on the show. This is the first time in a long time that we've had Sean on here to react to you guys' question. So it was good to have you on. So now let's get into the last part of the show. Let's get into this is what I've been waiting for We Got Your Vote. We only got a few of them up, but it's a good one that's about to come up. So Sean, prepare yourself for We Got Your Vote. What is the first question? Not question. What is the first poll that?
Are we starting with the lightsaber one?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Okay. We asked you whose lightsaber hallway scene was better.
Dave Chappelle's.
73% said Vader in Rogue One. 27% said Luke in The Rescue.
And I'm sure who's seen Rogue One? You guys.
I've seen Rogue One. Yeah.
I almost thought that they were going to raise their hand. I was like, that was this close. I thought.
I'm so proud. I saw that one.
But y'all didn't see that last episode of The Mandalorian, so you have nothing to compare it to. So yeah, the correct answer is Rogue One, the Vader scene. Why? Because the people that Vader killed, they were human beings. They were screaming for their life. And it was Luke's thing with the robots was cool, but Vader.
Not enough bloodshed.
Not enough.
Cool.
Not enough terror. Not enough. I have children. Zam.
Chris is like, I want to see the light leave their eyes.
Yeah.
What's the point?
Look at me. Look at me. I love that stuff. So that's why I was better. I love the Vader scene. What do you guys think? The Vader scene, or the Luke hallway scene? You guys let me know.
I mean, I'm gonna give it to the one I've actually seen. So let's go Rogue One, baby.
Yeah. All right. What's next?
We asked, what are you looking forward to watching most of all in January 2021 on Netflix? 69% said Cobra Kai.
Yeah. Put him in a body bag. Okay, go ahead.
23% said the history of swear words, and 8% said Outside the Wire.
I just got an email in from Netflix about the history of swear words. I was late to Cobra Kai. Everybody got their reviews in yesterday for Cobra Kai, and I saw that, and I was like, oh. So I just emailed Netflix. I was like, I know this is about to come out on Friday, but can I watch it early? And I got approved. It's Cobra Kai sitting in my queue right now for me to watch, but it's like 24 hours. It's gonna be out, so I might be able to binge it real quick right now, and then have it up before Friday, maybe not. So I don't know if it's worth it or not, but we'll see. But at least I'll be able to watch it before you guys. So yeah.
Well,
that's for sure.
You'll really have me beat because I'd have to watch the first two seasons.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on.
I've seen season one. I've seen season one. I haven't.
You haven't. So, and Amy, you've never watched any of Cobra Kai? Have you ever seen The Karate Kid?
No. Again, I was born in 1992. I'm working on it. Like, I'm working on catching back up. It's just hard though when it's like, I feel like there's stuff from that era that my parents showed me, and if they didn't, like, I'm still now playing catch up on all these like classic.
I'm of the opinion that kind of like the golden age of Hollywood was kind of between like 1980 and 2000. Like there were so many epic movies that came, and one could argue 75 to 2000, but kind of in that area, there were so many.
I can respect that. Yeah.
Okay, Boomer. All right, what's next?
We also asked, what Warner Brothers film going to HBO Max would you rather see in theaters? 32% said Godzilla vs. Kong, 31% said Matrix 4, 13% said Mortal Kombat, 13% said Dune, and 11% said Suicide Squad. I guess Godzilla vs. Kong, like, it's not the one on that list I would most likely see, but if I was gonna see it, I'd want to see it in theaters.
I was shocked that Dune got such little votes, and that's the one movie that's causing Warner Brothers all this drama the most, and it seems to be the one that people are least excited to see. And with all with the trajectory of, I loved Kong, and I loved the Godzilla movie. I still haven't seen the second Godzilla movie, but I'm gonna watch it on HBO Max, and because I want to see it before Godzilla versus Kong. But that's the one to me. That's the one I feel like needs to be on the big screen. I mean, you got Kong and Godzilla. I'm like, and Matrix. You know, that makes sense to me too.
That's the one I want to see on the big screen.
Yeah, I was about to ask. So that's the so above Dune, Suicide Squad,
the Matrix. Yeah, absolutely.
And Amy, you said which one for you?
I'd probably go with Godzilla versus Kong just for like. Well, again, to me, that's the one that's the most like. I really don't have an insane amount of interest in it, but on the big screen, it would probably be fun.
What's Amy, that?
The one I think you would lose the most on a smaller home TV.
Big monsters fighting on a big screen. Yeah.
What's your what's that YouTube channel again, Amy, for your sketches? Somebody's asking. I guess they missed it when the first time you mentioned it.
Oh, for my web series?
Yeah.
I know it's just my personal. If you go to my Twitter at Amy_N_Newman, I post links to it whenever stuff's coming out.
Yeah. Okay. So if you go to the description, Amy's Twitter is there. And then...
Sorry, we're making this a lot of steps. They're like, never mind.
Turn on your computer. But let's see. Okay, we got one more, or how many we got left?
We got one more and then a couple bonus rounds.
What's the last one?
You asked, this is very funny. Did Baby Yoda do for The Mandalorian what Steve Urkel did for Family Matters? Meaning, did Baby Yoda boost the show to non-Star Wars fans?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, 79% agreed, 21% said no. Yeah, no, I'd agree.
Is that Baby Yoda, or is it just a Yoda?
Yeah, Steve Urkel is Baby Yoda.
See, I haven't seen The Mandalorian, but I know it looked like Yoda. I'm not into Star Wars like Chris is.
No. Is Baby Yoda Yoda? No, Baby Yoda is not Yoda. Yoda's dead.
Okay. So when does the show? Is it like before or after the movies?
It's after the Return of the Jedi.
Okay.
So when Yoda died, and I wanted to do a sketch. I'm not gonna say it. I was about to give it away. There's a sketch that I want to do that involves Yoda and Star Wars. I want Eric to help me out with. I'll tell you about it after the show, but it's gonna be pretty funny. But yeah, I almost gave it away a second ago. I'm not gonna do that. I gotta do that sketch. But yeah, it's Yoda's dead, and somebody has a theory that Baby Yoda, his real name is Grogu, will.
Just imagine you like talking to your kids as they cry. Yoda's dead.
Yoda's dead. The Easter Bunny isn't real. Santa Claus is your mother and me, and we don't care. No, but I feel like somebody's theory is that the reason why we're seeing a baby version of Yoda is because, like, in a couple of movies, a couple hundred movies, I guess, in the future that Disney's about to make, we're gonna see a full-grown Baby Yoda eventually, and he'll be the new. Yoda, like Jedi Master.
Yoda too.
And but because we're invested in this character since he was a baby, it'll be more popular than Yoda. Like that's probably what they're doing. Maybe. I mean, it's not a bad idea, but do you know how long that would take? I mean, Yoda's character lives for like 1,000 years. I'm like, it's just we're at the baby stage. So like, how far in the future we gotta go for it to be in its prime and for us to be all invested in? I mean. If it's a master plan, then it's gonna take like 30 years before unless they decide to make
they'll
Amy's
just
already
jump forward
bored
in the future.
They're gonna go like 500 years in the future. It's
Movie
like, all right,
magic.
I'm in my prime. Well, that's probably right. But yeah, then we'll be all invested in that character because we saw him when he was a baby. It's a good idea if that's what they're doing, but I don't know. We'll find out. But you guys have to watch the freaking Mandalorian to know.
I'm getting a lot of aggression today.
I don't want to talk about it
It's been
anymore.
a hard year. I thought this was going to be an easy night.
No, we're not friends anymore until you watch the Mandalorian. All right.
Okay.
All right. Was that the last one, or we got a bonus?
We did ask if Sean should return to T3 Medias again.
Oh God.
What was the result of that one?
You're like, we don't care. We don't care.
Sean Malloy, one of the original. I mean, you go to episode 1 of Talking Through the Medias when it was talking through the movies. Me and Sean are there. I think we were one of the first things we talked about was what Spider-Man. When what's her name got cast as Aunt May. What was Marissa Tomei? Oh yeah. Anyway, we asked the audience, should Sean come back, and what was the results of that?
100% said yes, which I'm going to be honest, kind of boring. Just shake it up next time.
But how many people actually? It was like 2 people.
We can check how many votes. How many people voted for that? We can actually check that.
39 people voted. So
there you go. 39 people like you, Sean. Unless the votes did the results change?
It was rigged. It was rigged.
I don't know. I'm about to vote no just to shake it up.
Yeah, you go. Yeah, vote no. Screw that.
Oh
guy.
no, we are at 80% yes, 20% no now.
Yeah, there you go.
out of how many votes?
I brought you up just to bring you back down.
40.
Yeah.
And then finally, we have Sean's favorite, I guess, best line from RoboCop.
Oh, great.
It's Sean's favorite movie. So the options were more than what's displayed.
I was going to say, this is a bunch of them.
But there were some that nobody voted for, so I only displayed the ones that were voted on. So
43% went to Dead or Alive, You're Coming With Me. 43% was I'd buy that for $1.
I'd buy that for $1.
14% went to Dick, You're Fired. So there you go, Sean.
I put in as an option, Bitches Leave. I did have that as an option, but nobody voted for it. And there was another one that I think nobody voted for as well, but yeah. But that was wasn't that your favorite line? No. Just give me my fucking phone call was another Boddicker line when
and give the man. Let's just give the man a hand.
Tell him why. Tell him why that's your favorite line.
Oh God! The give the man a hand. There's a scene in the movie where and it's the guy. It's Red from the '70s show plays the villain in this movie, and they got this police officer pinned down to the ground, and they use like a sawed-off shotgun, and they blow his hand off, and it's like one of those really dark comedic movies where it's very humorous, but it's sick comedy. And so they blow his hand off, and he looks down. And he's like, "Well, give the man a hand," you know.
And they and that scene where he spits the blood out in front of
just give him my fucking phone call.
Yeah, it was. He said that that was improv.
Yeah, the dude had blood in his mouth, and none of the actors in the set knew what he was about to do, and he he just and spits this huge wad of blood everywhere, and they all kind of like, ugh, just give me my fucking phone call.
But. Nobody agreed, Sean. Nobody liked that. No, so it was what was the one that won? It was a tie for Dead or Alive, You're Coming With Me. That was was it and Dick, You're Fired? No, that was
no. I'd buy that for $1.
I'd buy that for $1.
Anybody who's seen that movie, as soon as you say I'd buy that for $1, like if you hear and dude, to this day, every once in a while, I'll hear somebody say this because I work in a department store, and I'll hear somebody say this, and you instantly look at the person, you're like, they've seen RoboCop.
But guys, I was thinking about doing more of that on the We Got Your Votes and in the poll, like best movie quotes for other movies. Maybe the Crow next, or The Dark Knight.
Oh no, either of those.
The Dark Knight. I wanted to, but but maybe the community doesn't like to vote on movie quotes as much. But we'll see. Well, I'll try it a couple more times just to see. So maybe next week on We Got Your Vote. But that's the show, guys. I appreciate it. We had fun. We had the return of of Sean. We got the Trinity back on set again with Sean back on talking through the movies, talking through the medias again, doing what he does, pulling old quotes out of thin air from way back, and keeping keeping the conversation back in 1983 for some weird reason. But appreciate you guys. But Sean, if you guys want to reach out to Sean, you can only do it through the channel. So just, I guess, make it direct it to Sean. Just say, hey Sean, and just, I guess, send a comment or send an email to on the blog or on any of the videos. Just post it directly to Sean. But if you want to reach out to me, you can always find me, Chris Fagan 1980, at Chris Fagan 1980 on Twitter or on Instagram. Amy, where can they find you if they want to reach out to you?
I'm on Instagram at amy.n.newman and on Twitter at amy_n_Newman. And as we mentioned, thank you for asking. Not you, that sounded like that. Thanks for asking, guys. Someone in the chat, I believe, asked. I do have links going up. We have a new episode of a web series I worked on called Your Biggest Fan dropping. So follow me on the social medias to see more on that.
All right, that's it, guys. And like I said, this is a shooting star one. So for the segments that you just saw for the vote in the mail, that's going to be separated. You'll see that on the weekend. Will we talk about we might talk about something else if we have time. I don't know if you got time, stick with me on that. But I won't stream that live. I gotta get off real quick. But I'll keep the recording going just in case if you guys want to talk about some extra stuff. But that's the show, guys. I appreciate it. Once again, keep the votes coming in. Keep the questions coming in. Send tips and super chats to support the channel. It really does help us out, and we appreciate all that you guys do for us. And we'll keep it going until next time, guys. I'm sorry. I need to take a nap. I'm feeling a little weak, but I'll have to get caught up on my rest. Appreciate it. Until next time. Peace.